Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Between Two Hats with your hosts, Patrick Osman and Phillip Burton. Today, we are blessed with another property management guest. This specific individual, I'm not going to lie to you, this is the first podcast that I'm actually not going to do an introduction for. And the reason why is because this specific episode in itself is going to be an introduction for such a powerful and influential person in our space who's going to absolutely drop bombs. So this individual, I came across her business recently as we were out canvassing some opportunities, and I found out about her story from, is it your brother?
Hutch is my brother, yes.
Hutch is your brother, from
Yeah.
her brother Hutch.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Taylor Brakefield. Welcome to Between Two Hats.
Thank you. That feels like a very fancy introduction, so I appreciate it.
Well, it's going to get better because
Does
once
it?
we all
Does it?
hear your
Just-
story, we're going to play on it.
I'm
I
ready to
love
drop
listening
bombs.
to him do it. It makes me feel good to hear him introduce other people. Like he's so good at it.
Yeah.
But
Can you follow me around? I
Right?
would really appreciate that.
So, Taylor, you're the founder or co-founder of Pros PM?
I'm the founder of Pros PM. Yes. We
Got
started
it.
in 2018. So still fairly young. Yes.
Okay. So, what I heard, actually, you know what? Screw what I heard. Tell us, you started Pros PM, but
Yeah.
before that, you were at another property management company, correct?
Correct. So I've been in this
Let's
industry.
start from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in this industry for a hot minute. I'd been with another, if you know Denton, North Texas, it's small. Everyone knows everyone. So when I
Yep.
tell the story here, everyone knows who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to
Yep.
say the name. So I had been with another management company here in town for about 10 years and kind of rose up through the ranks, started taking maintenance requests all the way through buying and selling and all the fun stuff. So then we get a decade or so in, and I'm having a really frank conversation with the owner about next steps, what that looks like, where I fit into that, and all the those uncomfortable conversations, but the ones that have to
What-
happen.
Right.
How deep into your tenure are you at this stage when you're having this
10
conversation?
years, right?
I am 10 years in. I am 10 years.
So you were 10 years in when you had this conversation, okay?
Correct.
Was this conversation, just to be clear, like was this a probably time for equity, Mr. Owner? Time to cut me in? Like was it that type of
Not necessarily that, just like, what does the future look like?
Yeah.
Where does he see the business going? Where do I fit into that dream? Wherever, if he's looking at a pie in the sky, this is where we'll be in 5 years. Where should I focus my efforts, right? Where do I fit in? Where does that go? Not necessarily that I need any sort of ownership in it. Knowing what I know now, I should have been asking for ownership in it.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say that's hands out, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go.
But that's what the conversation was. And I was told at the time that to have any sort of leadership position, that I would have to be a male. I could not be a woman.
Stop it.
Yes, I'm not. I
Well,
won't stop it. That
one
was the
sec.
conversation. That was what was told.
One sec, verbatim, that was the response that person said?
Correct. No one is going to respect you if you are not a male.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
Yes.
So this really happens in real life. Like
this
I've
really
always,
did happen.
I-
Yes.
yeah, I'm around
But
a lot of strong
If
women.
someone said that to my wife in her career, I would knock that person out.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
insane.
So, in my house, we have this whole rule that if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, right? And so that's a very clear hell no. We're out. We're done. And so already
But didn't you see signs of this
oh,
person's behavior,
yeah,
like
but
over your
also
time there?
I was really young, right? And
Yeah.
so I was really young. I saw someone who had really taken me in, had really, I mean, honestly, I looked at them as a family member at that point, right? And so I didn't know what I didn't know either, right? So sometimes life has to hit you in the face before you're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
not correct. And
Do
we're
So, I'm
doing
sorry, this is important, right? Because
Yeah.
I guarantee
Sorry
there's a lot
we're
of
interrupting you.
yeah, I'm sorry, but I just want because this is huge, right? There's a lot of people watching this or hopefully there'll be a lot of people watching this podcast, and a lot will be female that are gonna go, oh my God, I've been in that seat, or no, or it's never happened to me, but it might. What did you feel like? Explain if you don't mind being vulnerable here. Tell us, like, you're sitting there across from this guy. You have this big moment where you're putting yourself out because I want more. I want to grow. What's this going to look like? And he just goes, boom. Like, what did you feel like?
I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, just to have the conversation in and of itself, right? That's a hard one to do. And you're late.
Yeah,
I'm in
you
my
put
late
yourself
20s
out.
at the time, right? Like it's hard for me to put myself out there. Hard for me to do that. Um, and then I was feeling pretty good about myself beforehand. Like I'd sold some big deals. I was doing well. I'd been with them for
Yeah,
forever.
you're showing up.
You know what? You know when they show that? Oh gosh, there's like a meme about like the one employee who's cross trained and everything, right?
Yeah,
And that's like
Yes.
yes. And so
MacGyver.
I was that person. So I was like, there's nothing they can say to me going into this. And so you want to talk about getting the wind knocked out of your sails, that'll do it real fast. So
That's unbelievable.
yeah. Anyway, so go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry,
No, go on.
my kids are getting out of school and they're texting me. Um um so from there, one of the owners from that company actually I just sold a house for them and he's like, Taylor, he didn't even have any knowledge of this conversation that had just happened. So like as a third party management company, the owner of that management company is who told me the business. And so one of the owners they represented said, Taylor, you could do this and you could probably do it better. And there was my hell yes. And so it started from there.
That's
Hold on,
amazing.
1 sec. You've just jumped over 1,000 opportunities for us to cross over right now. So you when you got in the car after that meeting and you're driving,
Yes.
did you resign that moment in that meeting or not?
No.
Okay. What happened?
I was a new mom with the kiddo. Like I needed to figure out what my next steps were going to be. And so I started well, I went home and just word vomited to my husband, right? Like,
Yeah, what was
in the
his
actual hell?
reaction?
Oh, he was so mad. So mad.
Yes.
And he it's not an aggressive personality. He's just like this is how it is. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And they're cut and dry. And had he been around that person at that time, it would have not gone well, right? And so very thankful
well, to
that
Pat's
he
point, I would have slapped the guy. Like
100%.
Yeah.
Open hand slap him. That'll even the playing field.
Yeah, I should have. Looking back, maybe I should have.
So you went home and you had a chat with your husband, you started reflecting, and at which point did you say, you know what? I'm going to do this? How many days after?
It was probably maybe a week and a half or so after.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
also just to add a little more mess to it, my husband had gotten out of the Navy not too long before, trying to figure out what he wanted to do.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. And he had decided he wanted to be an entrepreneur, started a pool service company maybe 6 months prior. So I had never before that thought about going out on my own, right? Had not crossed my mind because why would both of us want to be entrepreneurs at the same time?
No guaranteed income. Let's just start two
Yes.
businesses and we got a new
Fine.
kid. Yeah.
Totally fine.
Brilliant. I believe that's chapter 7 in the entrepreneur handbook. Yeah.
Absolutely do not do. Yes. But that's the cards that were dealt and that's what we did. And so when this other owner said, Taylor, you could do it better. Here's my 11 doors. Start with that. And that's how I started. And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
How quick was that? So the guy, the asshole gives you the conversation. You take a week to process. You have that talk with the owner. How much time before you took those 11 doors away from that guy and took them into your deal?
About a month and a half total.
Let's go.
And did the other owner make it clear? Was it clear to this guy why he was leaving?
Yes.
Yes. That's even better.
That. And we still have him. He's still one of my favorite owners. Like, he says,
that is so
what
amazing.
does Queen Taylor want? That's what we're going to go with. And it's the best kind of owner to have. So
that's amazing.
How many properties were under management at the previous company?
About 400.
Properties or doors?
Doors.
Okay.
How many doors do you have under management?
Well,
You tell the people.
I think right now we're somewhere around almost 800 doors. Yeah.
And how many
Nice,
years
you
you been in
doubled up.
business?
Since
How many years you been in
2018.
business?
2018. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That is amazing.
yeah. Yeah.
That is so incredible.
So he's my favorite
Wow.
person. I still see that guy the other business owner. I see him at chamber events. I see him out on the town. I see him at UNT games. I see him all the places. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Good blood, bad blood.
How does he act
Hello to
around you
say.
now?
Well, he likes to flex. He likes to
Think he's a big deal.
yeah. So he's the biggest sign at all of the stadiums. He's the floor seats at all of the games. He's all the things. And I mean, the rest, I don't have to do that because my numbers show for themselves. So,
Yeah.
and also the floor seat is not the best seat to see the game from.
No.
So, I mean, it is what it is. So,
You're exactly right. It's just a flex move. I mean, it's great to sit there occasionally, but there's smarter ways of being somebody. There's smarter ways of spending your money, especially if you're doing it with clients and taking them and
yeah.
expressing that. Like it's just though it's like the coupon playbook thing where it's just he's just doing what every other guy thinks they're supposed to be doing that wants to just say I'm the man and beat my own chest.
Yeah.
You know, as poor as the execution was and what that person said, you got to forever be grateful for that guy.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it, the exit was sour because of that statement. But man, if it wasn't for that one line, you probably would still be there today, right?
Yeah. And I would hate my life. And here we
Yeah.
are. So,
Yeah, you wouldn't know like the joy of entrepreneurship and what you've built and the people that count on you and the fact that you're going to be there on the other side of one of those conversations you haven't already where somebody's coming to you for advancement. And instead of being that person, you're going to encourage and coach and, be a stepping stone for people, level up versus, what that guy ended up being. But in your case, it paid off.
yeah. What's cool is we have several team members now who've come in and then we've really been able to give, I've been able to tell them everything that I know, right? And then to see them advance and do those things that I wanted to do is cool. So
Does your
That's
husband's business
incredible.
clean your pools for your business? Do you tell your husband what to do now?
No, because I don't want to deal with him.
That's so great. Yeah. Like you don't want to have to fire him. You're like, hey, I'm going to be
Yeah,
honest with
no.
you. We don't want to have to hire you because eventually I'll fire you. So
No.
What does he charge? I actually live in Denton. I live in Denton County.
Okay.
But I'm in like
is
Little
it
Elm, Frisco, and
residential
I
or
have
commercial pools?
Residential. I think it's
what does he
that.
charge?
I think it's like $215, $220 a month.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
the going rate.
Pretty much about the
Okay.
same. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll chat offline about this, but I'd like to get a rental appraisal of my house out of interest because we're considering a few changes in our lives, and yeah, I think we should definitely chat about that.
You're on
Do you guys
the
manage around like Frisco, Little Elm?
We manage a lot in Frisco Little Elm. I manage for several bigger companies out there, and they have their employees come over from overseas, and we manage a lot.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Is your company, because I want to learn a little bit about your actual business.
Mhm.
Are you all single family rental or are you some like duplex type stuff too? Like give me your elevator pitch on your company because I really don't know much about you.
I mean, obviously, those 11 doors, single family, that's our bread and butter. That's where we started. That's where we really shine. We do a lot for international investors. And so there's a couple different tax benefits to certain investors to purchase, especially through an asset manager, and then they can kind of flip their properties amongst each other and not have to pay capital gains. And so through
Gotcha.
that, we ended up started working in some of the multifamily industry, and doing there's all smaller multifamily, so like 50 doors and under.
Gotcha.
We also do a handful of short-term rentals for my really good friends that I don't know if they're going to be friends anymore once we're done with this, but yeah, that's a beating.
That Airbnb deal is such a sick. I mean, that model was such a beautiful thing, and then
Yes.
I feel like it's just tanking everywhere. But
Yeah, it worked until it didn't, right? And so,
yeah,
but I don't know. People say that we're going to have a lot more this summer with World Cup, so we'll see what that traffic looks like.
That's going to be a banger. That's going to be crazy in Dallas for sure.
Yes. I think the two countries still considering North Texas are Argentina and Japan.
Well, Argentina's playing. They're playing at AT&T Stadium. I know that. Who they're versing? I forgot who they're versing.
Yeah, but for their home base.
But oh, for their home base.
Mm.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tickets are like two grand for like nosebleeds.
I know. But maybe you
I've
could
never
watch a
been.
practice or something. I don't know what the practice looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got off on a tangent on Airbnb, but yes. So we do that. And we also do a little bit of commercial.
Okay.
Whole business is built on, transparency, relationships first, community focused. We do a ton of give backs. If you check our social media anytime, there's some sort of give back going on in the community. So, and I think for me personally, I've always kind of just built my mindset in life around giving more than what you receive. And so, done the same as we built the company. And that's been honestly we don't really spend a lot on advertising because that does it for us. So, yeah.
Where did you get that mindset from?
My parents. I'm very fortunate that they were super involved in the community growing up, super involved in the church growing up, super involved in the school boards. My mom was a principal. Just always plugging yourself in wherever you could and helping wherever you could.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, we've done the same. And my husband has the same mindset as well. And so we're very, 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 very involved. Fortunate enough to be very involved with the chamber. So that's really a big one.
Is this your first ever company?
This is my first ever. This is my baby. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's your
Yes.
first company.
Yes.
It's insane. Like, yeah, you're a unicorn, really. I mean, here's the other thing too. And you said you were a baby when you got into the business. You still look very young, so I don't want to guess your age or everything, but your demeanor and your vibe is just so, and for property management, you're so chill. Because I think people that get into the property I've been in this business for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I think you got to be nuts to want it to stay in it, right? You get in it for whatever reason, and you go, holy shit, what am I doing? And you have such a cool vibe. But I think that's, and you get those rare people that it's a calling for you because you really do make a difference. It sounds like for the people you touch, and that's your style. Probably that servant leadership probably has a lot to do with your faith.
Yeah.
But you have a cool vibe.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get a badge. Make sure my kids see that. I've got a cool vibe.
100%. Yeah, I hope they can watch this and go, my mom's cool as shit.
100%. So how many kids do you have and what are their ages?
I have 2, 9 and 7. Then to all the things. My daughter's in competitive cheer. We like to say that that's a cult we can't get out of.
It's crazy.
One moment. Let's go backtrack for a second. 9 and 7?
Mhm.
So does that mean you gave birth as you started this company?
Yeah, he was a baby.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
You launched a company and had a newborn at the same time?
Yeah. They also, both of my kids were we should have bought lottery tickets. Both of my kiddos have cystic fibrosis too. So it's a disease that affects their lungs and their pancreas. It's a 1 in 4 chance. When my husband and I got together, they would get that. So we had a new baby, had a sick new baby, he was an entrepreneur, and here I am. And so, I mean, all the things. And to say we made it out of that, I think if we could do anything at this point, I feel.
You know what I said to Kiara, my wife? I said to her last night, I said, I'm going to put in, I didn't know any of this, Taylor. I said, I'm going to put up a LinkedIn post because she was up last night till 1 a.m. and she was working and she was holding the baby and she was working. We have a 6-month-old. Anyway, long story short,
You're in the trenches. I'm sorry. That's terrible. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. But I said to her, you and I run this company. We lead this company together. I said, you know who I take my hat off to? She said, who? I said, female entrepreneurs who have newborns and launch businesses. I swear to God, I said that word for word last night. And you just dropped that on me. That's why I'm so shocked, because I am mind blown as to how the baby alone, no company, no job, baby alone is a work of art. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Like, did you have support? Was there
Well,
your cousins? Was there sisters? Was there brothers? Was there mums involved? Like,
Uh,
walk us through that.
In that same year, my parents moved closer, so that was super helpful, right? Like built
Amazing.
built-in babysitting there. My brother obviously is super, super involved in the company as well as with family. He's always he's their favorite ATM, he likes to say. Yeah, so I mean, very, very fortunate in that regard, right? But also we always joke about like you don't realize how little sleep you need until you're in that moment. Like, what can you actually survive on? Is it 2 hours?
right.
It's not great, but can you survive? Yes. And so, but you've just got to put in the work. I mean, I feel like sometimes you're thrown into those types of situations that just motivate you more, and that was
Yeah. What are you
one
going to
of
do?
them.
Just
Mhm.
not do it? Like, that's not an
Yeah,
option for people
no,
like us, right?
not at
We
all.
just show up.
Exactly. And so that was um, a driving force. And honestly, when they're born with expiration dates, right? We say that's not a fun thing to say, but they were born with life expectancy. And so, for me, that was a much bigger push. And so I needed to find something to be able to support them because it's an expensive disease. And then to be able to help fund and advocate for everything that's going on with them, and then to be able to help provide a level of living for our family that we feel comfortable to do. So,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
thanks.
How, so that journey with your children when they're young and they get that diagnosis, is that something that before they're born, they can tell you that this is what's happening? Or is it after they're born, you realize,
Yeah, they can test for it prior to them being born. It's not ideal.
yeah,
It really comes out at newborn screening.
okay.
Yeah.
So you get this, you go through that process of, hey, you're stressed, you have this baby, you think everything's fine. And then you get this like, uh-oh. And then that motherly stuff. I have a special needs son who's severely autistic,
Okay. Off to you.
nonverbal. Yeah, he's 15, nonverbal. Can't take care of himself. So we've been living that life for quite a while, and it's you just don't. I mean, you don't, like, to your point. You don't know what you're capable of till you realize what you're capable of.
Yeah. I mean, in that moment, you're just drinking from a fire hose
That's it.
regardless. And so to add a little bit more water,
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
whatever.
yeah, it is what it is. And so that's just
Wow.
how the cookie crumbled.
So
So, as an sorry, I've been
oh,
asking too many questions. Phil, you
no,
go,
no,
brother.
go
You
ahead,
go.
buddy. This is so exciting because I love watching Pat. Like, I can tell by his face when he's what's funny is when he gets really animated, sometimes you're like, oh, okay. It's when he's really quiet like this, he's asking questions because he's into you. Like, he wants to learn from you. And I think
And
that is
because you know
really cool.
why? You know why, dude? Because women like this change the world. That's why.
100%.
When women like this create publications and influence other women, if I have a daughter, I want my daughter to learn from someone like Taylor. That's why. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Thank you. That's
absolutely.
such an honor. That's
It's
insane.
it's the truth. We need so many. You know what? Grabbing a flag and waving it around and saying women's rights, I don't agree with. But someone like you going and executing and leading from the front with no flag, saying, let's produce with no excuses, and I don't give a fuck what's in my way, I'm going to achieve it. That is the epitome of greatness. And, I want the world to see that. I want that this is true leadership. This is abundance, and it shows the potential of every human being, male or female. It shows the potential of what we can do, and it's just so inspiring.
Thank you.
Okay,
I mean, it's my life. I don't think about it that way, but that's such a compliment. So I appreciate it greatly. That's insane. Thank you.
The humble nature of your personality is very attractive too. Like, I think, to Pat's point, we get to interact with a lot of people, right? In our businesses, in our industry, and because of this podcast. And this is not to disparage anyone out there, but there are folks that are like shouting things from the mountaintop, saying, look at me, look at me, look at my struggle, look at who I am. Trying,
Mhm.
I think, with the right intention to get their message out to the people. But it also can work against you when you do that, because it looks very self-serving versus you're just telling your story. You didn't lead with this. We're pulling it out of you. I feel like to Pat's point too, you are the example of what male or female should live up to, and that's show up. You take it in the chin. You hear something bad, you figure out your way around it, and you keep moving forward.
And you don't fucking cry along the way and stop.
I mean,
You
there were
cry and keep going.
there were
You
tears.
could have.
Yeah,
No,
crying's
but you're
okay.
allowed. You're allowed to
Oh,
cry.
keep
You're
going.
Crying's
Yeah.
crying's
okay. Just
great.
don't give up.
But the thing is, you cried and kept going. You didn't cry and stop.
That's true. That's true.
What people do today in 2025 is they cry and they advertise, and they want people to hand them the Kleenex. That's what this world is. That's where we're at right now. I remember when I launched my first ever business, I was 19. I launched it and I got an inquiry at 2:30 in the morning from a lady at Snap-on Tools. I launched a sales training company, and it was a business where I had a course. I'd teach people how to sell. And she was from Snap-on Tools, and she inquired. I was in Australia at the time, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was by myself. I pressed launch. It took me a year to put all the videos together. I recorded everything. I edited everything. I launched it, and I had a shot of bourbon, okay, to celebrate by myself.
Yeah.
And I was in bed, and I got this inquiry, and I started crying, bawling like a 2-year-old in my bed, because I didn't even make a sale, dude. I just got a fucking inquiry.
Yeah,
The effort,
somebody likes
Yeah.
me.
effort,
Someone
the effort I
recognized
put
it.
in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but but it was a tears of joy, of course, but it's about the momentum. You just got to keep pressing, no matter what it is that you go through.
So funny you say that word. So we always have a word of the year for each year. Like, I guess 2 years ago was grit. This year was hustle. I'm toying with momentum being my 2026 word for the team.
I like it.
Yeah. I feel like it gives a nod to grit and hustle, but also keeps us aligned to continue moving forward and continue to scale and continue to build. And that's, I don't
think
usually
that's
hear
really
momentum. And
cool.
yeah.
It's cool that you're identifying words like that too. I think it was Jamie Dimon. I just saw something, and he was talking about like one of his biggest predictors for success is grit. He thinks it outpaces intelligence, it outpaces hustle, because grit and hustle are different, right? Having grit, and I'll tie this into something in my life real quick, is this, and I've shared this on the podcast before, but a person in my life shared a book with me when I was really down called Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. And it was a little 90-page read. And the crux of that book was pros play hurt. The best in the world don't not play in the game when they're hurt. They show the fuck up and they make it happen. And it changed my life in that moment. I wouldn't be here today, physically wouldn't be here today. It's that deep, if that person hadn't handed me that book at the time they did. And it sticks in my head when I start thinking I've had enough, I can't give more. I think of that and I go, you know what, you better show up. I will say this though, I always prep or bookend it with this, if that's the right terminology. You can never give your most though. You can only do your best. And I tell that to salespeople I've worked with that report to me, people I love around me in my life. I believe you can only give your best. Some days waking up and opening your eyes and just showing up is your best, and just do that. Some days your best is, changing lives, but just show up and do your best every day and you will win. Because your most pushes people beyond their capabilities and you can grind yourself into a pulp. Just do your best.
It's true. Well, I love it. I wrote that down. Turning Pro.
Yeah.
And Pro.
Yeah. Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. I'll send you a link after too. Amazing little read. Fully changed my life. But yeah.
It's interesting. Her company's called PM Pro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Turning Pro, PM Pro. Okay.
That's interesting.
Turning Pro.
There you go.
Yeah.
How did you name the company? We always ask people that, by the way. The name.
Yeah, exactly. The name. Where'd it come from?
So before I had agreed to everything, the one owner of the 11 doors said, yeah, Taylor, you do this, right? And I said, yeah, we'll do it. In January 1, 2018, we'll start it. In December, he filed the LLC for me on my behalf with the name. This isn't a push. This isn't a great person. This is a push. The name is Professional Service Property Management LLC. And if you've ever answered the phone,
yeah,
that's a mouthful. And so that was the best we could condense it to. That's where we're at right now.
I like it.
My
PM
favorite?
Pros.
Is it what I've chosen? No, but it's Pros PM. But here we are. Yes.
Oh, Pros PM. Okay.
Yes.
Pros PM. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah.
Pros PM
No,
Pro.
you're good. But now we're stuck with it. Now we love it. Here we are. So
And he's rolled it.
yeah.
So let's talk early days. Early days as an entrepreneur. Me personally, I've had 7 companies, 5 of them failed.
Okay.
Every entrepreneur has a rough story. Whether you succeeded, whether you failed, whether you exited, whatever the outcome was, every entrepreneur has a rough story.
Yeah.
How was your first year in business? You haven't been in business before. You've seen it. You've been around it, but you haven't owned it. So now you own it.
Yeah. I mean, drinking from a fire hose, like I said previously, is a very huge understatement to begin with. It was terrible. There was so much wine involved on my behalf. Yeah. And I'm not a numbers girly. I'm a let's go get the deal. Let's bring in the money. I'm not the
Yeah.
best at all the rest of the back end. I'm so grateful that I have all the people now that do all the things and are incredible in that regard. But you just, like we said, you don't know what you don't know. I didn't even know about business personal property tax. I didn't know about, like these little things that just keep adding up and keep being thrown on your plate. And it just seems to be never ending. And it was rough. It was rough.
So, okay, this is really cool. Being around a lot of entrepreneurs, Pat will probably attest to this too, and yourself. People get stuck. Like the folks that are listening to this that think I want to start a business, but I don't know everything. Just fucking start the business. Go out and do it. Take the leap, because you will never know everything. You will fail. It's part of the deal. You're going to have ups and downs.
Yeah.
But if it's in your soul and you want to do it, just do it, because you will figure it out as you go. And I love to your point, like, you really well. I'm like you. I don't know how to say this the right way. Like I'm a big picture guy.
Yeah.
Right. I can get in the weeds. If you need me to pretend I'm a CFO, I can do it for a day. And I can go toe to toe with any CFO for 24 hours. After that, I'll suck. I don't want to do it. I'm not a spreadsheet wrangler. That's not my job.
No.
And there's professional people out there that can do it 10 times better than me. So knowing who I am and staying in my lane and what my role is to be for a group that I'm a part of, and knowing there's people around me that can pick up those things that I don't do well and do them 10 times better. And to your point, you built a team, obviously, it sounds like, around you.
Yes. And I'm so incredibly grateful for them. They have so many spreadsheets, and most of them are color coded, and it gives me so much anxiety. And I'm like, oh, it's a pretty rainbow, but please don't make me look at it anymore.
That's me. What happens if I move this number? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are these all red? Let's make them green. Come on.
Yeah.
I love the fact that as a business owner, you're on a podcast and you're publicly owning what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no ego.
Thank you. I'm real good at bringing in the money. I'm real good at spending it.
There you go.
Is it in my best interest? No. But anyway, yeah. So I'm very thankful for them. Also hire a really great CPA. That's like my number one thing to tell anyone who's going to create their own business is I would be in jail most likely otherwise.
Yeah, or big tax debt.
Not intentionally.
The IRS would be taking part of this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that first year is rough. To answer your question, the first year is rough. I know we talked about like us managing for a lot of international investors. I got my first really big client just from answering the phone, right? At 7 p.m. on like a Tuesday night. And if in the business to begin with, a lot of people don't answer their phones. That's like a known thing, right? And so they were just so excited, and they gave me $200 like right then.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And did you bullshit your way into admitting that you could manage it? And then when you hung up, you were like, what the fuck am I doing?
Absolutely. And
let's go.
Yeah. And just wow. Well, in I guess year 3 of business, that company, that asset manager actually went bankrupt, and there was a big bankruptcy situation. I never dealt with that before. And
Wow.
a lot of those properties sold. And so then we had to scale back and then ramp back up into rebuilding. And so I've dealt with it all. At this point, I feel like. I'm sure.
Did you lay off any employees throughout that period?
Ooh,
and
that's
that's a
hard.
hard one. That's a hard one.
It's a tough one.
Mhm.
Was it your brother? Did you have to let your brother go?
No, but maybe I should, just to shits and giggles.
Just lay him off for fun. Let him do it because you can. Say like, listen, Hutch, here's the good news. The company's making more money than we've ever made before.
We're
We're doing wonderfully. Actually, I'm about to leave on a European vacation, but you're fired. Yep, just because I can.
He is my older brother, and sometimes you just got to lay the law down.
That's it.
Show him who's boss.
So, to bring it to reality, it's called the pimp hand. Sometimes that pimp hand is strong, and you got to show them. Yeah, this is how I roll. Taylor's a big deal.
Oh, that's funny. Mm.
So when I walked into your business,
Uh-huh.
we walked in unannounced, and then we were talking to the lady at the front desk, and then someone else came, and we were just telling them about what we did, and they said, do you have a business card? And my authentic self just spoke. I said, look, we don't have business cards. We don't believe in business cards. If we came here and left a business card, it's going to end up on someone's desk. There's going to be no deal.
It's trash.
Right?
Business cards are trash.
So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I said, just get us. We want to speak to, and I think Ernesto said we want to speak to Hutch. And I said, he's in a meeting. Yeah, and I sat down. I said, yeah, we'll wait. That's fine.
That's so
So I
great.
sat down. Anyway, so the lady at the front desk and this other girl were like, "Fuck, these guys are not leaving. Like, we have to call the cops. So what are you
Yeah.
doing?" So then Hutch ended up coming out,
Uh-huh.
and then we sat down and we started talking, and he's such a nice guy. And I must admit, the culture that you've built, the signs that you have in your office, the feeling of warmth in your office, everyone accepted us with open arms. We came unannounced, and I was very direct with him, and he said, unfortunately, we've already got an agreement. And I said, cool. And we spoke a bit further, and then we came out with some form of an outcome, which we can chat about offline.
Yeah.
And then and that was it. And then I saw okay, why I fell in love with your company was because I saw dog bowls or cat bowls.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a few pets in the office, is that right?
We do. We are a very pet-friendly office. All the things.
I love that.
Yeah.
So my chief happiness officer is Mickey.
I love
And
it.
Mickey he's an 8-pound Pomapoo, and he's at the office every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And he's at every conference.
Oh yeah, he's a big deal.
So,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I am in. Was it I am in?
Yeah.
did you see him?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Uh-huh.
Which I'm in.
The Austin. Or is it? No, was that?
Oh, yeah, he was
That's
there.
Austin, yeah.
Correct.
Mhm, yeah. Yeah. All
So
the
Mickey
conferences put
is
together, and it's a whole thing
I know
for
it
me.
becomes like this
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
interwoven mesh
That's all
of,
they-
of hotels and conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, so I just wanted to share that bonding experience with you. I really appreciated that. It's a very pet-friendly office.
Yes. Yes. We have lots of our team members bring up pets, and I think it's the best thing ever. And everyone's always happy every time they see them. And
It's the
so
best.
there's nothing.
And
I don't
people
know,
are
yeah.
being authentic. You're letting people be themselves. I work for really, really, as part of a Blackstone company, and talk about corporate commandos, right? And everything's SOP and workflow, and nothing wrong with that in that environment. But that's not where I thrive. I thrive in like your environment where people get to be people and you're real. People before profits is cliche, but it's really the companies that I've always been involved in. That's what we focused on.
Yeah.
And they're the most successful cultures. And when you have that, when it's authentic from the top, like it is with you, people will show up and give you way more than what you're asking of them without having to ask them.
Yeah. Yeah. I 1000% agree with that. And
That probably shows in your owners too. Your owners feel that from how their assets are treated. It becomes family. I think you used that word early on with the gentleman that got you started. He's still part of the family. That you can't fake that. You can do a great job, but that connection isn't fake.
yeah, absolutely. It's really cool to hear from you guys, because I live this on the daily, and I've never, you don't
You're
always.
just like, oh, that's a Tuesday for me. No big deal.
This
That's
is
just
some
how I wake up. Yeah.
pretty awesome validation. You're gonna have a hard time getting my head through the door after this, but this is amazing. So I'm so thankful for this.
I think you make Pat wait though. Like if you guys continue to do a deal down the road, you
Yeah.
call him in for a meeting and make him wait in that conference or make that lobby for a while.
Well,
Don't give him an easy in.
you came to our old office. We just moved offices, so we
Did you?
Yeah, that's a beating in and of itself. But yes,
When did you guys move? During Thanksgiving?
last week. So
Oh, wow.
we're still unpacking. We partnered and bought this building in not September.
Pat, listen to what she said. Did she just say she bought a building?
Yep, she did. She did.
Okay, hold
We're
on.
talking
This
about
is why
that.
this is cool. I introduced Pat to a good friend of mine who's a big real estate guy, and Pat's known some of the books he's written and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And to Pat's credit, if you don't mind if I share this to you, Pat, like as we were finishing the cocktails and we're hanging out, and Pat was like, if you were me, knowing my story, what's the first thing you would do as a young entrepreneur coming into some money, business is doing okay, like, and he goes, do you own the building you work out of? And he's like, no, I rent. He goes, buy your building, buy a building for yourself. And he says, that's the number one thing I would do right now in your spot. And then that'll set you up for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And he's been out looking at buildings. I know that, but yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. So you guys partnered on a building, and now you guys are obviously is it a better space? I mean, I thought your space was pretty cool.
It was really cool. I love being downtown. We're still downtown adjacent. We're a block and a half off downtown. But we have parking, so that's a big one because there's no parking at the other one. Yeah.
Did you have any lease issues getting out of your lease, or?
Yeah, we're working through that. I mean, luckily we are very aware of the terms of a lease. So,
Yeah.
just
The
little
other good thing is a good attorney. Yeah. CFO and a great attorney. Those are our two tenets for business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your business is growing when you can afford a good attorney.
That's it.
Those are the three stools of this tripod here, the three legs of this tripod.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. So give us some property management nightmares. Like, I know you've seen it all, right? And I'm sure there's more to come. But give us some ones that where you were just like, fuck.
Have you had to fire an owner? Let me ask you this. Have you had to fire an owner yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fire
All the
clients.
time. All the time. People suck. They really suck.
There you go.
It's what it is. And sometimes they just need to be reminded that they are not the only person in the world, and it is what it is. Oh gosh. Let me think. Like, owner. We just had a really hard one this summer. Owner is from here. Owner had moved overseas for a job opportunity. We had a person on the lease. That person went overseas and then moved their husband in, an unauthorized occupant. Also moved in like 4 animals. And then the husband drank himself to death and no one found him for 3 weeks. And then
Overseas, he's gone. Oh no, the husband moved in. Sorry,
the husband's
gotcha.
here,
And then died in
dies
the
in
unit.
the house, there for 3 weeks. The family who owns the house is overseas, really doesn't have the money to, they're barely making it as it is. So that was probably the roughest experience overall for everyone lately, because also they didn't have their insurance set up correctly to confirm that it was a rental home, and so insurance wouldn't cover anything, and that was a bad one. That was a bad one.
Who found out he was dead?
One of the neighbors. It's a
And they called you?
They called the police, and the police called us. As a single family home, so the smell had
You're
gotten,
they were on record, and they're finding out who's there, because if somebody else is missing, right, they want to know who's on the lease.
Yeah.
But one sec, it's a single family home, so there was a stench around the house?
Yeah. From human remains, animal excrement everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. This is the not glamorous side. Like, as a contractor,
It happens though.
It does.
flooring guys, we get called into a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Because after a hazmat situation, a lot of property management companies don't do it right. They don't clean properly. They don't call it a licensed hazmat company because they want to save money. And they call us and say, hey, we got a really bad unit. It's pretty messy. And we show up and there's literally a chalk outline with blood and stuff. And they're like, you can just roll that up. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. They think our guys, because, they think the labor force is what it is. They're like, oh, they'll just do it. And we show up, we're like, there's still a finger on the carpet, buddy.
Absolutely
like, sorry.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we can't touch that. Yeah, so I get to see what you see, maybe not right away, maybe a day after, but we walk into that all the time,
Yeah.
and it's just awful.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just a hard one all around. Like no one had known he was passed. No one understood what was going on. His family
Yeah.
was not aware of what was happening. Her family wasn't aware. The owners weren't really understanding all of it, and that was a rough
Yeah.
one. So
He
It's not
drank
a
himself
glamorous
to death.
business.
yeah, I've never seen so many Four Loko cans in my entire life. Four Loko and Seagrams. Yes. Yeah, that's a.
Do they even still make wine coolers? Oh my God. Wow.
I mean, they were a lot piled on that table. So
that's insane.
yeah.
Wow, that's a fucking story of the year.
Well,
Is that what you asked for?
Shit.
If you're
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you fucking
you opened his
delivered.
eyes a little bit.
Jesus
you were
Christ.
saying drop bombs. There you go.
You fucking that was World War II all over again. Fucking nuke, bang, in between two hats. Fuck
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
The dead body edition. This highlights what we talk about a lot here too. We're in the people business. You're not in the property management business. You are managing physical assets, but you're really managing people's homes, right? You're managing people.
Absolutely.
And dealing with people is tough. It's sticky. It's broken. We're all broken in some way. There's, what I found interesting is when we would go into units that were owned or managed or where property managers lived, and they were some of the worst tenants ever. I'm like, you sell this stuff for a living. You're supposed to be clean. You know what we go through, and then we get into your unit, and it's so gross.
Yeah.
People, from what they put out, these facades that we run around with, and then who you are behind the scenes can be so drastically different. And all of us in this business intersect in that world of where they're the safest and they think that everything's hidden, and you get to see behind that curtain a little bit, and it's not always pretty. But it's real. That's real life.
It's very much true. It's a personal action for everyone on all sides. It seems
100%.
It's where the occupants live. It's where they live their entire life, their day to day. And it's a lot of times for our owners, it was their former house. Like it's where they brought their kid home, and then they've upgraded and they kept this in their portfolio. And so it's very that's the tenant wants it painted, but the owner's like, that's Johnny's growth chart. Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
And so there's just
right.
little things that you have to balance all the
That's
time.
where my son threw up for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, come on.
Yeah, I know there's that aspect of it. I used to flip properties. When I first moved to America from Australia, I sold my e-commerce company.
Yeah.
And then I brought the money over here, and then I started flipping some real estate in towards Philly, right? Anyway, the third flip that I did, it was a foreclosure. And we had got the keys. Now with the foreclosures, you couldn't see them before you bought them. So you go to the county, or you go to the steps, you bid, and then you get the keys, and surprise, surprise. We walked into this house, and I swear to Jesus Christ, I promise you, it was the worst smell in the world. Like, what the fuck is that? We put masks on because we just couldn't. We went upstairs. The bathtub was full of human shit.
So nasty.
Full. Like, the toilet was right there.
Yeah.
You missed, bro. You missed. You know what I mean? What happened? What did you guys say? We're gonna shit and we're gonna put it in the bathtub and
They
that's
absolutely
it through the government?
Kat, the answer is yes.
Yes,
That's
they
what they did
absolutely
because
did,
they were
yes.
getting evicted or whatever. They're losing their house. So they'll leave it as nasty as they could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, they did a great job. They deserve a trophy. They won.
Yeah.
You
They
know what
left
I
you a
mean?
trophy.
Yeah.
They left you your prize. Yeah.
Oh man, that was disgusting just to see.
People, we're gross. People can be so gross when you let us do our own devices, I feel like. And you get to see the worst of the worst.
It takes a lot of effort to be clean. And a lot of people don't have that in them. And it is what it is. Like, we, at one point one of the investors we were represented bought, it's like a 52 unit complex in East Dallas. And so, a lot of those are being, totally renovated and all that fun stuff. He had never seen it, no due diligence, not just cash. Here's my money. I need to invest some money and here we go. We had never seen it. We got called on at the 13th hour after the deal's done. There were a couple units and we can't get into. No one has keys. There's a weird smell. We don't know what's happening. Finally, drill them all, get in there. Sewage had been backing up for I don't know how long. They're all, I'm talking like more than 6 inches of sewage
Oh, back up.
in these units downstairs. And then they had people living up. The whole thing had to be evacuated. So that was,
Oh my.
yeah.
Do tenants who get evicted damage the place before they leave? Do you get those stories?
Often, yes. Often. Yeah, we had
People
one.
are sick.
We had one recently that stole the oven. Like, what are you gonna? Come on.
Wait, they're walking out the door like, you're gonna kick me out. I'm taking this with me. I got my oven. Yeah,
And it
it's like
was
a
a gas oven.
$22 oven.
Yeah, well, they're probably going to like somewhere that has electrical only. Like, what are you gonna do with this anyway?
It's a gas. Yeah, it's a gas oven.
Yeah. Anyway,
People
That's
are
funny.
yeah.
You are the reality too, though, is you're dealing with people at their worst. Like,
Yeah.
we had someone on that was dealing, Kate, right? Feeny. Her business deals with people that get laid off and then help them pay their rent, whatever. I think I got that right. And people are at their worst, whether it's their fault or not. You still have that human emotion of you're kicking somebody out of their house, and it has to happen. Like, I have the most empathy in the world, but I'm also a big believer in, these squatters' rights and all that's total bullshit. You pay your rent, you get to live there. If you don't pay, you don't get to keep it. I can't walk into Home Depot and just take what I want and pay them when I want to. That's called theft. In rental, you shouldn't be able to do that. If you can't pay your rent, you have to go.
Yeah.
Even though we get it's your home and even if you have a family, all that, it's tough, but life is not built to be fair. It's built for people to get through adversity. And sometimes that's the adversity that pushes them forward to the next step that gets them in a better place in life. And it just has to work that way. And your people, you and your job obviously have to deal with that, which is tough because it's emotional. It's not easy.
Yeah. On all fronts. Yeah. And back to the squatters thing, I don't often go to court, but I went this week to help someone out who was out on vacation. And anyway, 3 of the 5 cases on the docket were for John Does, which I thought was very interesting.
That's just squatters that are just in there, just taking up space.
Yeah.
And does Texas though has pretty good laws against squatters, right? Like it's not. It's
there's a new, what is that, SB 28 that just passed.
Yeah.
And we only have to give them a 3-day now, and very thankful for that. But yeah, usually you don't hear that many on the docket. It's usually maybe 1, if that.
Wow.
So
that's just crazy. I never understood where people could just think that I get to take something or stay in something and it's not mine. I wish I had the balls to do it. Like, I have some sort of ego or whatever, but man, if I just could adopt that, I'll just be a squatter. I'll just steal everything I want. I'll never go to jail. Like, you could live a pretty nice life, I guess, if you just go do it. But I couldn't live with myself in that role. So that's probably what keeps me from doing all that stuff.
Yeah. It's called a conscience, Phil. It's called a conscience.
Yeah. Oh, that's what
Jesus
God, that's
Christ.
annoying. Like, there's times where I've got that sitting here and then I got Pat over here and he's whispering in here, just do it, Phil. Just do it,
Billy.
Nobody will know. Nobody. Hey, Philly, it's okay. Nobody will know. I won't tell as he's video recording me. Yeah. Sure, buddy.
Seek permission.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is easier.
Yeah, exactly. Ask forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah,
That's really got me far. Oh my God.
How was it working with your brother, Taylor? Do you guys get along?
This is really a family business. So, my mom retired and she's been with us ever since. And then
Yes.
Wow, your mom works with you guys as well?
full time. 3 of my 4 family members here full time. And then my dad actually works for my husband. So really, we like to keep it close.
That's amazing.
Wow.
It's
How do
good.
you manage?
It's good. It's well, it's not always good. That's a lie. But I can cuss him out and the next day we will be fine, right? That's to my benefit. But also I know no one's going to look out for my back more. And so and he comes from a very corporate world, and that balances my very non-corporate way of thinking. And so that is really, really, really beneficial for us.
Does he help you with
what's
like
Hutch's role,
systems
by the
and-
way? Sorry.
Hutch is our COO. Yeah. So
Okay.
before he came on, everything was up here. It was all up here. And as we scaled, it's not it's not scalable, right? Like the more you grow, it can't all be in my head. And I have a really great memory, but I can't remember everything. And not everyone can rely on me 24 hours of the day. And so I am learning. I do not, like I said, I don't like numbers. I don't like SOPs. I don't like any of that stuff. I want to watch my baby flourish and do all these great
You
things.
take care of the owners.
You're
You go out and you
in
shake
a
the money
female
tree.
version with no beard and 20 years younger. That's what you are.
Exactly. And probably 3 times as smart.
Well, I'll get a black cat next time we can match.
Oh, we're coming. I'm coming to Texas and we're going to
Please
get
do.
you a hat and we're going to hang
Please
out.
do.
I want to
Oh,
meet Hutch
100%.
and meet all these people.
Do
We
it.
should, hey, Pat, we should do a road show where we go around and we pick a city and we do our podcast and we go visit with some of the people we've interviewed and see and like do a live thing from their shop
Dude,
and
I
get
would
to
love that.
get a behind the scenes of like this is Taylor on camera, this is Taylor behind the camera and show her whole thing and
Put it
Oh,
on the
dude, I would
book.
love that. I would love that. Let's
As
do it.
long
Let's
as-
bring some cowboy hats.
As long as you give me that same introduction from earlier, then I'm on board.
Oh, control. Fuck. My introduction for you next time is going to be 1 billion times better.
Oh, you're
Yes.
so sweet.
I swear to God. Like, this is the first podcast where I think I'm a bit quiet this one. Usually I'm a lot more louder, but you've really blown me away.
He wouldn't tell me about who you were. Usually he tells me, he
Yeah, I
gives
was
me
a
an
holdout.
update. He just said, he dropped this one on the calendar. I go, who is this person? He goes, you'll see. You'll thank me. And I'm like, okay, buddy, come on.
And
Who
then he
is this?
calls
Nope.
me today. He
Yeah,
calls
I'm
me
like,
today 2 hours ago.
I need to know something. He goes, no, you don't. Just wait. I'm like, okay, I'm excited.
Swear to
Like
God.
this
Swear to
was
God.
amazing. And he did not disappoint. You are, I mean, this is our job, right? Not the podcast, like in sales and reading people. And I knew in the first 2 minutes of hearing you, I'm like, this is a special person. You have that vibe. Like I'm an energy guy, right? I do hot yoga and, I don't carry the crystals or anything like that, even though I have all my green diamonds that I hold for my company. That's our little logo. I'm not a crystal guy, but I believe in energy and vibes and all that jazz. And I could tell immediately, like, okay, this is somebody special. And I don't say that to everybody. So,
I got an idea.
Thank you.
uh-oh, here we
This
go.
is my idea. All right.
Okay.
Here's my green diamonds.
Why don't we do this? Okay. Why don't we find a bunch of individuals, and it can start from these 3 right here, and then we choose who comes into the circle, and we all co-author a book for individuals in the property management industry so that we can assist whatever experience we have, we can pass the baton down to whoever else in the industry wants to grow.
Love it.
I love it. I love it.
Are you guys down?
I'm so
Yeah,
down.
That's amazing.
As long as the name is not professional service property management.
Yeah. The book about how to do everything that you don't know how to do yet by people who've already done it and have failed and have been there and can help you from falling down on your face. That'll be the name of the book.
That's it.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
That's my only ask.
We'll just call it the shit you don't know yet. How about that? The shit you don't know yet.
I'd buy that.
Yeah, we'll come up with something fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. See, look at that crazy Australian's little wheels turning over there.
Mhm.
I love it.
Because I've written 2 books myself. Like, I know what it takes, and it's not difficult at all. So I want to. We wake up. We go to work every day. We serve people. We provide homes for people. We do all that stuff, which is phenomenal. But what does it take for us to leave a legacy, a dent in the industry, right? Where like we be remembered, right? We've got value. Phil's been in the multifamily for 30 years, right? I've got a bunch of startups, and my failures are where the wins are at, right? You've got 10 years of somewhat corporate experience, and then you've started your own journey. These are all golden nuggets that the world needs to hear. That's why we started this podcast, for this reason.
100%.
For people to watch this and say, you know what, man, I can fucking do it.
Yeah. I can tell you what, if I can do it in the midst of all of that, it's so possible. So yes.
Yeah, and you can touch the ladies out there and the young women that are.
We've got to rephrase the way you say that, but yes.
Yeah.
Wait, rephrase
yeah, I
it
like
to
to
what?
say that. I like to touch the young women too in any way that I can as my wife
I
comes
was
shooting
late.
in
I
from the
was
other
late
room.
to the
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, it's
I
better
was
than
late.
little boys. I stopped touching the little boys a long time ago. Yeah, it's I will work up a better phrasing for that for you, but the impact you can have.
Missed it.
I know, totally. Come on. The impact you can have on just even one person listening to your story and the way you show up. It's not just the story, it's how you show up. Can really hit the mark for somebody. And that this is truly why we do this. Like, we don't get paid to do this. We don't sell ads. We don't do any of that bullshit that other people do. We want
should.
someone like you to be on so that someone gets touched by your story and has an impact. And, we do a lot with the WMN of the NRHC. We're big fans of that group because I think that they're really elevating women and doing it the right way. There's a lot of other groups too, but big fan of that. So you being engaged and in front of as many people as you can is just better for all of us.
I'm happy to co-author a book with you guys anytime.
Let's do it.
All right. Look, it's been an hour. We're going to call it a day.
Yeah.
We are not done yet because, my friends, I can guarantee you this is chapter 1.
I love it. I love it.
This is
Next time
this
over
is gonna
margaritas in Denton. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Downtown
100%.
Denton, I heard it's a gas. Like, I bet it's very fun downtown Denton.
It's
one of the best burgers I had in my life was in Denton.
which spot?
I thought, it's called Green Branding.
Green Brandy?
Yeah. The branding of the company is green. I can't remember the name.
Oh, he
I'll
doesn't
get
know
the
the
name. I'll
name, he
text
just-
you.
Oh, greenhouse. Is that-
I got no clue, but I think it was built for people that are high because it was unbelievable burgers.
There is
I
a place
swear to
called
God.
Fat Shack that is specifically for
That one. That
yes.
one.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
Oh,
That
look
is,
at that.
Dude.
They put
My buddy,
they
my buddy's a competitive eater. He eats for a living. That's what he does. He came third in Nathan's hot dog competition for the past 5 years, and he knows how to pick restaurants. So he was at my house, and he's like, "Let's go to this burger joint," and it did not disappoint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fat Shack.
If you can think of what you would have wanted at any time in college when you're partying, it's on a burger. So
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
no, it's absolute fire. It's great.
Now I'm coming to Denton. That's it.
Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Between Two Hats with your host, Patrick Osman and Phillip Burton. Taylor, thank you so much for coming
Thank
Between Two Hats,
y'all.
and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
You're amazing.